What's up, guys? Obviously, it's CaptainObviouzX, and I got a game of Battlefield Bad Company 2 for you guys today. I'm playing some Rush on the map Valparaiso, and I chose Bad Company 2 today to do the topical commentary because I feel like it kind of expresses the topic that I'm going to talk about today pretty well, and that's how Battlefield is one of the most reformed FPSs in the genre, in my opinion. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, reformed, what I'm saying by reformed is every new consecutive game that comes out for it is changed a lot. It's not really going on the same formula as it did before. They're changing around a lot of the way the game behaves, such as, you know, your weapon damages, your destruction, how vehicles behave, and all aspects like that, and how Battlefield is one of those series where every single game is unlike the last one. Now, Call of Duty is one of the games that Battlefield is often compared to, and in my opinion, Call of Duty is very, very rarely majorly reformed as much as a Battlefield game would be. And the reason for that is because Battlefield has a formula, and that formula works. It is a perfect formula. The game itself runs extremely well, better than Battlefield at that. The graphics are good for the engine that it's running on. Everything about Call of Duty just works. And when you look at a series like Battlefield, sometimes part of it does not work. And let's take Bad Company 1, for example. The formula that Bad Company 1 did not have, and Bad Company 2 at that, the formula that they had in that was the presence of campaign. Campaign was a big turnoff for a lot of people in the Bad Company series. A lot of Battlefield advocates in the past had always relied on mainly multiplayer to get their fun out of the Battlefield series. And once the campaign was introduced into the series, some of them got a little hesitant upon buying this game because they thought that the developers spent a little too much time making the campaign, because mainly that's what was advertised. I remember back when I was buying Bad Company 1, the campaign was very heavily advertised. And I can see where some people were coming from in terms of why they did not want to buy the game, because they felt that it was more campaign-based than multiplayer-based. And then when you eventually got the game, you realized that it was a heavy multiplayer still, and it really wasn't a difference. But the marketing scheme for these games relied heavily on the campaign. I can remember back in Bad Company 2, the first few trailers we saw, yeah, one of them or two of them was multiplayer. But the majority of them were talking about the new campaign that they have, and how, you know, the squad's coming back, B Company's coming back, and, you know, how all four of them there, it's going to be as funny as hell. And it's talking about how much they want to get the campaign across. Same with Battlefield 3, unfortunately. Battlefield 3 is an amazing multiplayer game, no doubt about that. I haven't even touched the campaign yet, because I don't really think the campaign really is going to be that great, because I feel because of the reforms that had gone through since Battlefield Bad Company 2, and even Battlefield 2, its real prequel, it was just too much, and campaign just does not suit the game a lot. That's why I have not touched it yet, because I don't want to go into the campaign and be disappointed at such an amazing multiplayer game. They focus on the multiplayer for that so much. And after going through Bad Companies 1 and 2, maybe they realized how much the campaign wasn't as much as a seller as it was to some people. And they dropped the, you know, the story-driven formula and stuff like that, and went with more of a contemporary campaign, where it's just like, you know, like 12, I don't know how many missions there are. Are there 8 or 12? I really don't know. And went for a more contemporary formula where there's not really that much of a story, and just went for some run-and-gun campaign. Now, that was really one of the odd points about Battlefield 3, of how they decided that the campaign was not really one of their selling points, but they still marketed it. They still made a lot of campaign trailers, and their launch trailer was entirely based on the campaign. Now, I'm not going to talk about their marketing schemes and how the campaign differentiated the games, but the other thing that went is the multiplayer. Battlefield 2's multiplayer was vastly different from these two, and I don't know if any of you played Battlefield 2 multiplayer, and I didn't, but from what I've heard from many different sources, and one of my friends actually is a big Battlefield 2 player, he's told me that Battlefield 2 was a huge, huge game. I mean, it was not on console, so I guess you can really not compare it, but I'm still going to compare it to the other console games. It was a huge game. There was so much crap to do in that game. You had so many game modes. There were so many, you know, roles you could play on the battlefield. And then you go to a Bad Company formula, and it's so much simpler. Were there like 5 or 6 classes total in Battlefield 2, and you had that commander mode where you had one guy commanding the entire team? I mean, the sheer, like, vastness and the variety they had in Battlefield 2 versus Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3 was... It's kind of depressing that they did not keep this formula throughout the games. They just wanted to appeal to a wider audience and not keep the same winning formula they had in the past. Like I said, Call of Duty's formula is winning. It is the best formula out there in the FPS genre. It is the best running game in the FPS genre. That's why it has so much success, and that's why it's such a widely popular game, because it just works. Battlefield is always being changed. So you really can't compare any of them. It's like all the Battlefield games are different games. Yeah, Bad Company 1 and Bad Company 2 are similar because they have, weaker weapons, they have a campaign, they still have the same general playing feel to them, you have the slower pace, you feel like you're running through mud. Battlefield Bad Company 2 was one of the best shooters of all time. And this was not playing any other Battlefield before that besides Bad Company 1. And then moving to Battlefield 3, I completely noticed the change from these games and how much they changed it. They tried to keep the Bad Company 2 formula in terms of, the slower pace, you have all your weapon unlocks, you have the squad-based formula, you got it on console. They try to keep that around, but they brought in other Battlefield 2 things, therefore making a completely different game than Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 2. It's kind of like a hybrid. Battlefield, unfortunately, is a very changed game, and I wish they would just keep their game-winning formula that they had back in Battlefield 2 and lower it down to a console setting. Yeah, you say it's not going to be as big as it used to be, but if you can somehow find a way to make it at a console setting with the vastness and the sheer hugeness, I don't know if that's a word, of Battlefield 2, I feel Battlefield would have a winning formula that it could stay with for the rest of its lifetime. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember, check me out on Twitter and Facebook. And, as always, rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys later. And now for 2 videos you may have missed. The one on top is my most recent update, number 14. It was for Sunday, January 29th. I thought it went really well. I talked about some stuff related to my channel. And remember to click the surprise video. I think I'm going on a really hot streak of videos right now. I think I'm getting some really good ones pumped out to you guys. If you're liking my stuff, and if you have yet to, make sure you subscribe. And check out me on Twitter and Facebook. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.